Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into Zechariah chapter 5. Some really vivid stuff in here.
Oh, absolutely. Really symbolic visions. The prophet describes things like curses and wickedness, but gives them these physical forms. It's quite striking.
Okay, let's get right into it then. The first thing he sees, it's a flying scroll.
Yeah, a flying scroll. And it's huge. The text is specific, 30 feet long, 15 feet wide.
30 feet, that's massive. Just imagine seeing that flying overhead.
Exactly. The scale tells you this is important. And it's not just any scroll. The angel tells him this is the curse that is going out over the whole land.
A curse. Okay, so not exactly good news then.
Definitely not. It's presented as an act of judgment.
And it has two sides, right?
Yeah.
Detailing what the curse is actually for.
Precisely. One side, it says, is for every thief.
Yeah.
They'll be banished.
Banished, okay. And the other side?
That side targets everyone who swears falsely by God's name, also banishment.
So theft against people and false oaths against God. Both fundamental problems.
Yep. Right. Violations of the community and the covenant relationship with God.
And the consequence isn't just getting kicked out of the land. It gets more personal.
Much more. The Lord says this curse will actually enter the house of the thief and the false swear.
Go into the house. Wow.
Yes, and it says it will remain in his house. It's not a quick visit.
And while it's remaining there,
It will completely destroy the house. The text says both its timbers and its stones. Total destruction from the inside.
so it's like the sin itself, or the consequence of it, eats away at the very foundation of their life, their home.
That's a great way to put it. An internal corruption leading to complete structural failure. Think about that. How hidden issues can just dismantle everything.
It's a powerful image. Okay, so after this vision of the destructive scroll, the angel shows him something else.
Yes, the scene shifts. Now Zechariah sees a measuring basket. An ephah, technically.
A measuring basket. What does that represent?
Well, the angel clarifies this too. He says, this is the iniquity of the people throughout the land.
The iniquity, like their collective sin or wrongdoing, contained.
Seems that way. Like a measure of their guilt, maybe. And it has a heavy lead cover on it.
Lead, huh? So sealing it up tight.
Right. And then the angel lifts the cover.
And what's inside?
Inside the basket, there's a woman.
A woman. Okay, that's unexpected.
And the angel immediately identifies her. This is wickedness.
Wickedness personified in the basket.
Exactly. Abstract evil given a human form. And the reaction is instant. She's pushed right back down into the basket.
No hesitation.
None. Shoved back in, and that heavy lead cover is slammed back on top, containing her, securing her.
Okay, so wickedness is identified and contained. But that's not the end of it.
No, then it gets even more visual. Two other women appear.
More women.
But these women have wings. Wings like a stork's wings.
Stork wings. That's
Yeah.
very specific.
It really is. And the text says the wind was in their wings, and they lift up the basket.
They lift the basket with the woman, wickedness, sealed inside.
They lift it up high between heaven and earth, carrying it away.
Where are they taking it? Does he ask?
He does. Zechariah asks, where are they taking the basket?
And the answer,
To the country of Babylonia, the angel says, to build a house for it.
Babylonia.
Yeah.
Shinar, the text says. So they're taking wickedness
Mm,
back to Babylon to build it a house.
that's right. Not just discarding it, but specifically relocating it to this place historically associated with exile and opposition to God. They're giving wickedness a permanent residence there.
A dedicated place. It says once the house is ready, the basket will be set there in its place.
Exactly. So wickedness isn't destroyed like the houses of the sinners in the first vision. It's contained and removed, given its own domain elsewhere. It's fascinating when you look at them side by side, isn't it? These abstract things, curse, iniquity, wickedness, they're made so tangible, given shapes, actions, destinations.
Yeah, the scroll actively goes out and destroys from within, while wickedness is physically contained and, well, deported, you could say.
Deported to a specific place, prepared for it, it really makes these concepts less abstract, more dynamic.
It really does. It prompts you to think differently about how these forces operate, at least within the world of this vision. And maybe that leads to a final thought for you listening. Consider that contrast. The curse targeting specific sins destroys houses within the land, from the inside out. But wickedness, personified and contained, is deliberately flown out of the land to have his own house built in Babylonia. What might that difference suggest about how these visions portray different kinds or aspects of sin and how they're dealt with? Something to mull over.